All right, listen, boys. We need to have this discussion. This needs to be said. Recently, yes, we have Neon's banner that when released. It is crazy the amount of people I've talked to about this, and I've done a lot of testing. Correct. So I was able to test on the homie Zambina's account. I was able to see some testing also in Discord call, and I gotta say, dude. I don't know what happened. I don't think that they tested this properly, or maybe I'm hoping that they come out and say, yeah, she's bugged and something is wrong with her kit that's not activating, that's not proccing properly, because she is super underwhelming. Like, it's not even me saying that as like a joke, as a lie, as a overstatement. You can ask anybody that's tested the character. She is very underwhelming. And the funniest thing is, it's like, in my opinion, this is my opinion, she has a better design than Mary. Mary's a great character, but Neon is the one that I was looking at. I'm like, damn, right? And I'm left here wondering, like, why did I put the multis in? You know? But I wasn't gonna use pity. I still don't plan to use pity. As a waifu character, she's 10 out of 10. But it's like, what went wrong? What happened with the character? If you haven't already seen my last video, I advise you, I implore you to go watch it and just understand what her damage capacity is and what her damage output is. It is like, it's bad for a character that you think would like stomp a content that she's designed for. She's kind of flailing. It's crazy to me that is the case. And then outside of that content, she doesn't do anything. It's as if like she really isn't even the character for Summer, and Mary is just the character. Correct? Mary is really good. Her heals are very good. She's actually pretty solid outside of the content. And in the content, she kind of buffs pretty well. But the character who's supposed to do the DPS of the content is failing. It's so weird. And it hurts me because Neon has such a great design. And I pulled for the character. I didn't give a crap. I still would pull for the character because I like how the character looks. And again, you know, some characters are like that for me. It's just, if they look good, I gotta pull, right? So Noir was my favorite out of the bunnies, but Blanc is like the better one, as everybody says. But I want Noir. I'm sorry, but you know, opinions to each person as it stands. But with this character, I am recommending you to like shift up if you're watching. This is towards you. Shift up. Either test a character for releasing them. You don't have to, like, people are gonna keep saying this. Like, I understand why Rosanna was bad. Rosanna was bad because you're running into a limited banner and you just came off the best banner ever. And I said, don't make maybe, you know, the worst character in history, which Rosanna was. Rosanna is basically the worst character in history of like a banner system of the banners, the basic banners. She in story mode is on par with an R character because her kit does not operate. It does not work in any capacity, correct? So that character is that bad. Now, it shouldn't have been. It should have been like A tier, B tier. Now, again, the argument that I keep seeing, that limited banners should not be broken, which is 100% unequivocally true. That is true. Yes, limited banner units should not be broken to where 1 month from now, I join the game and the banners are gone. Well, GG's, I can't compete because one of these characters could be a real cheat code that I don't have. That is very true. It is. But I don't want to see such a terrible character like this. Again, Mary, I'm fine with. I told you, I'm super happy how Mary turned out. And I was like, this is a great sign for limited units. They're about to change for the better boys. Let's go. What is it? I literally said that, you know, now it's like you have a unit that's usable outside of everything. And she could get ranked pretty high in the tier list because for water code, she works. And for the aspect of just existing, she works. She is great, right? But right after saying that, what is it, Netmarble? No, this is not Granite Cross. Shift Up said, hey, listen, fam. You were talking so highly. Let's make this one terrible. And it's just, her burst is whack. That's the first thing. I just saw the burst. And I want to remind you of that. Her burst is whack. Her damage is like SR level. Like, it's R level. That's how bad her damage is. And again, it's not an exaggeration. I want you to test it. And it's sad to me because I want the character. I still do. Like, the design is 10 out of 10. I am hoping that they do come back and they say she's bugged and something's wrong with her kit that's not activating properly. I am hoping that's the case, but that is pure copium. People are saying that it activates properly. It's just her numbers, her multipliers, something is not working or not right, or it just is what it is. It just sucks. Simple as that. But Mary is just looking to be like, she is godsend in comparison to what Neon is, which is, again, depressing. Neon has a great design. Still, if you want to pull for waifu, you're more than welcome to, but just realize it's like you're pulling for a character on par with an SR character. So if you're planning to like cheese some content, and if you're like, oh, Mary was good, she's a great healer, that means Neon must be like the great DPS of the bunch. No. So don't expect that, but you're still more than welcome to pull for the waifu part of it. If I was in your shoes, I would. I like Neon's design so much that I really didn't care, but it is sad that the character ended up to be what she is. Again, I understand the entire fact that you don't want a broken character, but I don't want a terrible limited unit. Like, don't make them terrible. Then there's no point in limited units. At a point, everyone's going to look at it and be like, oh, I'm never summoning for a limited banner because you're just going to make them terrible, right? At least make them okay or good or usable in some sort of thing. Like, make a character like Lapis, right? Lapis is not 10 out of 10 in every content, but she is good for what she has and what she can do. Helm is not 10 out of 10. These are like the earlier banners, and they're good for what they are. Don't make a Rosanna limited character, because I will tell you now, it's obviously not that bad, but it's not that good. Her kit is not that good. Like, Mary is niche. You don't need Mary, but you can get Mary and have a blast and use Mary here and there, wherever you want to. You could substitute some characters for Mary. That's great. That's like the perfect ecosystem, meta, whatever you want to say, of the game, where you have limited banners that don't suck, but they're at least usable and fun for the people that want to enjoy with them, correct? It's like, I'm hurt. I wanted Neon. And imagine if I summoned for Mary, I would have been in a better position. But yeah, I do recommend, I'll throw some gameplay up for you. This is from my last video. I recommend to check that video out. Just, you're not going to believe me of what I'm saying here. I've tested the character, and I've done more testing, and I've asked people who built the character and put on, like, Overlord gear. Overlord. I keep doing that. Overload gear. And just checking, and they can't make her work. She's supposed to destroy weak point content with water, right? She's supposed to freaking fold that like it's nothing, and she's failing at it, which is weird. So again, multiple times I've mentioned that. Shift up. Hey, either like provide some sort of small buff. We're not asking for a broken character. I don't want one, and I'm pretty sure nobody else does. We don't want broken limited characters. We just want usable. Yeah, Mary was the perfect way to do a character. Usable, not dead on arrival. But yeah, everyone that I've talked to has literally told me the same thing. Like, they can't get her working. And she is significantly, like, for the content, she's significantly lower. And they've done, like, damage comparisons against, like, the worst characters of the game. And somehow the worst characters of the game are putting up decent numbers in comparison to her. Which you have to realize, for an SSR limited banner, it's not right. Okay? And again, Rosanna was not right, whatever you might say. Both characters need buffs, you know. You don't want to release terrible banner units. Like, again, there are bad units, but I've never seen a game release the worst unit in history, worse than standard units, R units, on an SSR banner. That is rare, okay? Some gachas do that, but that is a rare thing to do. Rosanna was just terrible. She is just terrible. And, Neon, again, I'm not saying she's that bad. She's not definitely miserable, but she isn't good by any means. She's far from it. Her damage numbers are way too low, and in the gameplay, you're seeing it. She's, like, I was astonished to tell you that a non-built Modernia, basically, because they both were on the same build status, yeah, was doing just some, like, insane amount of damage when she's not getting buffed. Modernia is receiving no buffs from anything that's with Mary or with Neon. Neon is getting double buffed, and she still is, like, lacking, which is, you're designed for weak point water content. You're failing at that. So shift up, design your characters properly before releasing them, and please don't make limited units suck. Like it's so stupid. If Nier rolls around and they're the most mid garbage units ever, I'm going to be so depressed. It's like, then at that point, I don't want to summon for a lot of the banners. Like, Power was genuinely pretty good. Makima was like a cheese character, so that was like some sort of working formula. I was okay with it. They're not broken insane, but with Nier, I'm just at least hoping good characters. I don't want Blanc and Noir. I want Lapis and Helm. Usable and very good for whatever you want to use them for, but I'm not going to die. I'm not going to, like, fail the whole game because I don't get them. I can get Drake and get other replacements. I can get other healers, other whatever. It doesn't matter, correct? But don't make them miserable. Yeah, simple as that. So hopefully they respond to that criticism. I'm really curious if they ever say anything. Rosanna and this, two bad characters in a row. Mary was in the middle to, like, fix that up, but yeah, I'm not feeling these two characters, both Rosanna and Neon. No. Mary, W. But again, summon for design if you like that design. The design is 10 out of 10. I'd summon.